Okay, this video we are going to write algebraic expressions. So like if I said 4 plus a number, then you would be able to write an expression. An expression contains a variable and an operation. It doesn't contain an equal sign because once you have an equal sign and a number on the other side, it becomes an equation. So like an expression could be like x plus 2. We can't solve it, but this is an expression. Okay, so to say this in words, we could say x plus 2, or we could say 2 more than a number, or we can say a number plus 2. Instead of saying x, we would like to say a number because x represents some number. Okay, so in this case, we need to kind of know different wording for different operations. So if we were talking about addition, you might hear the word more than. More than means addition. You might also hear the word add. We would know that means addition. You might also hear the word total. If it's asking for the total of something, that's addition. You might also hear the word plus, or the word sum, or the words increased by too. So you might hear those, and all of those mean addition. For subtraction, you might hear the word less than. You might hear the word subtract, or the word minus, or the word difference, or decreased by. All of those words mean subtract. So if you hear those, you know your expression's going to have a subtraction sign. And for divide, it's very easy. There's usually only 2 words. They usually say divide or the word quotient. Quotient. If you don't know how to spell that, here it is. Quotient. Okay, so you see that word, that means divide. And then the word multiply, you might see the word multiply, you might see the word twice, that means to multiply by 2. You might see the word times, like 2 times a number, or you might see the word of means multiply too. And lastly, you might hear the word product. So the word product means multiplication too, the word product. Okay, so let's practice. If I have an expression and it says 3 more than a number, I'm going to write it here. It says 3 more than a number. Well, we look for words that tell us what operation this is going to be. And the word more than means that it's going to be addition. And you have to think about this. Like, would it be 3 plus x? I use x usually to represent a number. Or would it be x plus 3? Well, we know in addition, 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. So it doesn't really matter. But in this case, we want to write how it's said. So if you don't know what it is, just think about a scenario. Think about, what is 3 more than 10? Well, you would start with 10, and then you would add 3 to it. Because 3 more than 10 is 13. So you did 10 plus 3. So 3 more than a number is you start with that number and then you add 3 more to it. So this is how you would write this expression, x plus 3. X stands for a number. Let's do another one. I'm not going to write all of these, but some of them I will. So the quotient of a number and 8. So the word quotient tells us that it is division. So the quotient of a number and 8. So that's the order. A number and 8. The quotient of a number and 8. It can also be written like this. X divided by 8, because we know fractions are just division problems. Okay? Another one, 6 times a number. The word times means multiplication. 6 times a number. So 6 times a number. We don't have to write that dot. We can actually just write the 6 and the x side by side, because that means multiplication when there's a coefficient and a variable. Okay? So 6 times a number, that would be that. I'm going to write this one down. 15 less than a number. So we know less than, we know it's going to be subtraction. Now this one is a little tricky with the order too, so I'm going to do a scenario. What is 15 less than 20? Well, 15 less than 20 is 5. Okay, 15 less than 20 is 5. What did you do in your head? Did you do 15 minus 20 or 20 minus 5 or 20 minus 15? You did 20 minus 15. So 15 less than a number would be that number subtract 15 because it's 15 less than a number. Okay, so that's how you would do it because in subtraction, order does matter. So it would be x minus 15. What about the quotient of 30 and a number plus 10? So the quotient of 30 and a number plus 10. There's two words here, quotient and plus. So we know we're going to have division and we know we're going to have addition. So the quotient of 30 and a number, so that's the order, 30 divided by x, and then we add 10. It says plus 10. The quotient of 30 and a number plus 10. Okay, I'll write this one. A number divided by the sum of 4 and 7. So a number divided means division, by the sum means addition of 4 and 7. So a number divided by the sum of 4 and 7. So a number divided by the sum of 4 and 7. This one, the quantity of 3 plus a number times 15. So the quantity of 3 plus, so that's plus a number, times is multiplication, times 15. What this means right here, the quantity, when you see that word, it basically means there's going to be parentheses around something. So the quantity of 3 plus a number, you have to do that before you times it by 15. So the quantity of 3 plus a number, and then times 15. You can write times 15, or you can just write 15 on the outside of the parentheses as well, because that means multiplication when it's sitting right outside the parentheses. Both of these are right. So that is how you write algebraic expressions from a word phrase. Thank you.